It says I'm live. So it must be. Crap. Sorry. Crap. Yeah, that was supposed to... Where's the cough button? See, at the radio station, we had a cough button. It basically would... It was a time machine. There's a YouTube video about that Grayson made. It has like millions of views. It basically would compress time. So it would record and it would delay like 5 seconds. And then if you pushed it, like the dump button, it would take that 5 seconds and immediately edit the 5 seconds. So it would dump whatever was in that 5 seconds. So you'd drop the F-bomb. You're like, fuck, well, dump. Or you had a cough. You would just hit that and it would edit the time, go to that space, and then it would slowly, over the next like minute or so, slowly expand and recreate that 5 second dump space. So the dump button, the delay. I needed that just now. Okay, well, how's everyone doing tonight? I hope well. My mic's on. Audio is good. Okay, people were here and they're gone. I know. No one wants to see this. Anyway, happy Randsanity, episode 157th. Election day. I didn't even look at results or anything yet. I don't really desire to at the moment. November the 4th, in the year of our Lord, 2025. The world hasn't ended yet, but that still remains to be seen. There's still an hour left in the day. Who knows? I don't anyway. I have no clue. I went to an interesting meeting tonight. Not my AA meeting. Thank you very much for asking. But I went to a very interesting meeting tonight where someone asked my opinion and I told them, I said, you really don't want it. And they're like, we do. We really, really do. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, seriously, careful what you wish for. They're like, no, that's why we invited you here. And I'm like, okay, so, and I just let it rip. Well, one person took copious notes. Somebody else was just like, so yeah. Don't ask for my opinion on something and expect me not to give it. Especially if I give you the preamble of careful what you wish for. You may just get it. So that's how that works. So yeah, we'll see how that works out for me. Yeah, that's how it is. Hi, Todd. If you broadcast, people will come. I know. Yeah, somebody asked me about something else. I'm like, anyway, episode 157, 11/4. Another day down in the salt mines today. And I'm not going to talk about it because I don't think anyone wants to hear that. I don't really need to discuss the day of more stuff leaving. It was another day of just joy. Tomorrow I will not be doing that. I was like, I need a day off. I mean, it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So 5 straight days of just being down there. Not getting paid because the bank said, fuck you, pay me. Which they did get paid today, a substantial amount of money, which is great. I just don't see any of that. But it means I don't have to pay the mortgage. So, whatever. Right? I mean, it's just money. Isn't that the way it works? We all have it. We all want it. Or we don't have it. We all need it. We don't need it. We just have it. I don't know. Anything. So I'm not going to go into the details of it. So no tomorrow, maybe Thursday, no Friday, and then all day Saturday. Because there's like a few there's a bunch of single things to pick up, and then there's a couple of lots of just a lot. Like many things, big things, like every single desk, every single filing cabinet. And then I guess November 10th, somebody wants to take out the windows in the studios. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to wait that long just to be done with this. How much did they pay? I may just say, screw it. And just be like, no, you know what? They can just demo those with the building. I don't know if I want to deal with the mess and the disaster that that'll create. And I might actually just want to shoot them because I want to see how bulletproof they really are. Just because, why not, right? Isn't that the whole point of things? Just because. Anyway, all right, let's talk about some rock, music, movie, history things that have happened on this day, the 4th of November, throughout time. I did not dip back too far, only into the 50s and 60s. I stayed away from the Amadeus Mozarts and the other births and deaths and things that happened way too long ago that I didn't even care about. I didn't even find mildly interesting. And I figured that you'd be like, we're not even mildly interested, Randy, so why are you doing this? I don't know. 1961, Bob Dylan, the American folk singer, makes his Carnegie Hall debut in New York City. The tickets, $2. $2. $2. I don't know if I've ever been to a concert for $2. We did concerts that were $5. We did Low Dose show. And actually we figured out, it's funny, when we did $5 tickets for shows, for bands, the percentage of people that bought tickets and the percentage of people that showed up varied greatly. And what we determined was, we looked at the cost factor and the ability for someone to say, fuck off, up to $5. So we said, okay, you know what? Let's raise it to $10 and see how that goes. We found that the $10 threshold for a low dose show created the same, if not more, ticket demand and a exponentially higher attendance rate because people were less likely to dump a $10 free ticket than a $5 free ticket. So if you know what I mean, like, you know, it's a $10 ticket, it's $5, no big deal. $10, they were like, it's I don't want to give it away. I don't want to burn it. It's not, you know, I'll go. So that's why we did $10 low dose shows, but never a $2 low dose show. In 1963, John Lennon at a Beatles show quips his utterance at the Royal Variety Performance at the Prince of Wales Theatre in London. And I don't know, I think I'd heard this. I didn't know if it was credited to John Lennon, but his quip was, for our last number, I'd like for all of you in the audience to please clap in the balcony in the back in the cheap seats. And for the rest of you, you just need to rattle your jewelry. The Queen Mother and Princess Margaret were in attendance of that show, and it was broadcast on BBC One on November the 10th of 1963. So, good old John Lennon quipping about the rich folks in the audience. Oh, John, so funny. Right, a service charge for $2? Really? I mean, yeah. I think it's a $2 service charge for you to think about going to a concert. Right? I'm thinking of going to a concert. That's $2, please. I'm just going to display my Venmo. You guys pay me the $2 because we talked about a service charge of thinking about going to a concert. How's that? Brilliant. 1967, the British rock band Pink Floyd made their very first U.S. live debut, sharing the bill with Big Brother and the Holding Company. That was Janis Joplin, if you don't remember Big Brother and the Holding Company, as well as singer-songwriter Richie Havens. Right. This all happened at the Winterland Auditorium in San Francisco, California, 1967, November the 4th. 1984, 11/4, funk rock icon Prince, the man himself, opens his Purple Rain tour featuring his new band, The Revolution. This is the first of 7 shows at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. I had to check. So it was, he did 7 shows in a row at the Joe Louis Theater in Detroit, Michigan. And then he went and set out to do 87 more dates in his North American tour. So he did 7 in Detroit, and then out he went for almost 3 months. I don't know if I saw him on that tour. I saw Punch a few times. I'm not sure if it was that one. Elton John in 1993 is awarded $519,000 because he sued and won against the Sunday Mirror for falsely publishing his diet. I dug into a little bit, but I was like, it was basically they just slandered him and basically just said his diet was fucked up, and he just was like, no, it's not. I'm suing you, and he won. I guess he can't put stuff out about people like that. Shocking. Fake news, and there was consequences? What? Holy crap. 1984 or 1996 seems so far away. I put it in just because. I mean, 1996, the Spice Girls, their debut album, Spice, it sold 23 million copies. That's not too shabby. You got to give the Spicy Girls some props. 23 million is pretty good. I mean, that's how you make some jack. If you think about it, even if you're making $1 an album, that's 23 million bucks. I mean, I'm not going to bitch about it. I'll have to make some Spice Girls video songs. 2015, Forbes says Katy Perry is the richest musician or highest paid musician. She made $135 million that year. Katy Perry, 135. I guess, right? I don't know if I know any Katy Perry songs or Spice Girl songs, to be honest. If somebody played every one, I'd be like, okay, I might have heard that somewhere in the background, but I don't really know any Katy Perry songs or Spice Girl songs, which rightly so. I shouldn't, right? I'm not the demo for that. At least I don't think so. Now, someone asked last night, okay, about this. So, nope, this isn't the one, but we'll get there. All right, there was a question about it last night. Anyway, Jackie Wilson made his chart debut with Reet Petite. Okay, Jackie Wilson. It made it to #1 in the UK, and in 1986, 29 years later, after release, it was #1. 29 years later after its release, it was #1. Apparently on September 29th of 1975, while he was performing on Dick Clark's... Oh, crap. I thought I turned that off. I didn't turn it on last night. It was freezing in my house this morning. I was like, oh, shit. So I thought I turned it off tonight, and I didn't. I thought I turned it on this morning or last night, and I didn't. So I didn't turn it off. I didn't turn it on. So now it's on. I won't turn it off. Anyway, during the Dick Clark's Good Old Rock and Roll Revival or Review, in the middle of a song, Lonely Teardrops, apparently Jackie Wilson had a massive heart attack, just about dropping dead on stage in 1970. What did I say it was? 1975. He basically remained in a semi-conscious, semi-coma until he died in 1984. Yikes. That's kind of crazy. You don't think about it, but yeah, you're on stage doing a show and just like keeling over and then semi-conscious for 9 years. Wow, that would suck. 1961, Cliff Richards. Katy Perry, she kissed a girl and she liked it. I think I've heard that. I don't know if I've heard the whole song, but I think I get it. Cliff Richards scored his first UK #1 album with his 5th release, 21 Today. The album was actually released on October 14th, 1961, which was in fact Cliff Richards' 21st birthday. The timing. Oh, so creative, Cliff. 1963, the night after the Rolling Stones just finished up a 30-date tour in the UK, they kicked off a 50-date tour at the club throughout the UK, starting at the top-ranked ballroom in Preston. So basically, they went out for 30 days, came back home, and then decided they went right back out for 50 more days. Like 3 months of touring. It's pretty good. You know, I watching bands on the road for that long period of time, if you are, I guess, top tier, sure, that's pretty good. It's easy life. But man, when you're, I mean, in 63, the Stones weren't that gigantic, I don't believe. I mean, that's a tough haul. You know, 50 days, 3 months on the road. That's a hotel every night. That's driving every day. It's a lot of road. 1966, the Beach Boys, the song Good Vibrations entered the charts and went on to be the US and UK #1. Now, as a child, apparently Brian Wilson's mother told him that dogs can sense vibrations in humans, and that's why dogs bark at bad vibrations. I'm just telling you what I wrote, okay? So basically, the dogs bark at people that give out bad vibrations. Wilson remembered this, and he turned this into the general idea for the song Good Vibrations. I mean, I guess, sure, right? Dogs can sense bad vibrations. I mean, horses do. I mean, if you're, you know, fuck all around a horse, it's going to kicking you across the room. So horses definitely have, you know, vibes in people. I mean, I've seen some dogs that are really barky with people and other dogs that, same dog, different person that doesn't know, and it's all kinds of mellow. Me, on the other hand, dogs don't seem to get good vibrations from me. I mean, some do, but, you know, I think it's one of those things where I'm just like, all right, bro, we're going to have detente here, or is you're going to wind up biting my face off? Because I'm kicking you if you come near me in about 2 seconds. Bad vibrations, is that the problem? It might be. There's definitely a possibility. End the stream. No, don't end the stream. What the hell? I got to stop hitting the damn buttons. All right. 1970, David Bowie releases his third album, The Man Who Saved the World in the U.S. From this would be the nucleus of what would eventually turn out to be the Spiders from Mars, his backing band. The album was not released in the UK until April of 1971. I just listened to that, and it's actually a great album. All right, so this is where I was talking about. Last night, I can, hang on, let me see who it was, because I saved some of these chats. It was KCTB. KCTB. I'm not going to find that chat. Crap. Oh, can't open the page. Oh, shite. What did I do? Nope. Screwed something up there. Yeah, KCTB. Oh, man. Hold on. I don't know where I just did that. Yep, there you go. So KCTB asked last night, for a one-hit wonder, do they have to be #1? The answer is, in fact, emphatically no. Because here's why. And this is the whole one-hit wonder thing. So 1972, Johnny Nash, Nash, not Johnny Cash. It's not going to confuse, okay? He started a 3-week run at #1 with his single, I Can See Clearly Now. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. That one. I can see all teardrops in my way, okay? Now, it was his only U.S. chart topper. So you would think it's a one-hit wonder, but no, because he had 4 other songs that were in the top 40. So as long as you have more songs in the top 40, that's what you consider not being a one-hit wonder. He had a song at number 11, 36, 7, and 30. He had a bunch that were in 90s and in the 50s and in the couple of hundreds. But as long as you're in the top 40, that's where you become a one-hit wonder. As long as it's, if you have a song that charts in the 1 through 40 category, and it's the only song you ever have, then you're a one-hit wonder. So that is what the definition is of one-hit wonder, by looking through all of the stuff I could read and find out about one-hit wonders. So he would not be a one-hit wonder in that fact. Johnny Nash Well, I can see clearly now, but that was his only number one. So there you go. That is the definitive answer that I will give on one-hit wonders. 1977, The Last Waltz movie, produced by Martin Scorsese, premieres in New York City. The film featured Joni Mitchell, Dr. John, Neil Young, Van Morrison, Neil Diamond, and Eric Clapton. Now, the movie is sort of the last, about the band, their last show. And this is also, sorry. This also is the very famous Neil Young cocaine rock nose incident. There's all sorts of stuff about it, but apparently Neil Young was enjoying a little nose candy and excitedly went to the stage without properly cleaning up afterwards. And he has a big old cocaine booger in his nose that they had to edit out in some places because it was so distinctive and so visible when they were doing close-ups of Mr. Young's face. And I guess Scorsese said he would do it for free, but that means he didn't have to deal with the editing part of it and left it for somebody else. Oh, man. Neil, what's up with that, man? You gotta at least, give it a wipe after there, brother. 1979, the band The Police released Walking on the Moon. Now, this is their second single from their second album, Regatta de Blanc, with the band's second number one. Sting had said he wrote the song while he was drunk one night in Munich, Germany. And when he woke up, he actually still remembered the song, so he wrote it down and then liked it afterwards. I don't know if I had ever, I don't think I've ever done something that I did while I was drunk that I loved so much that I wrote it down and enjoyed it the next day, other than oh crap, what did I do last night? That whole did I do stupid shit last night again? Yeah, those things happen. 1980, Bob Marley was baptized at the Ethiopian Orthodox Church in Kingston, converting him to Christian Rastafarian. Now, I didn't know there was a Christian Rastafarian cult or sect, basically, but I guess why not? You can think of a subsect. No, there's Rastafarian. No, there's Christian. I didn't know you could be a Christian Rastafarian. I may look into that. I may look into becoming a Christian Rastafarian. I don't know. He took the name, okay, I'm going to butcher it, Burhan Selassie, spelled like the show Lassie, C-S-E Lassie. I don't know. I mean, Have I told you about this? Oh, wait, wrong thing. Have I told you about this? There you go. That would be me. The guy in the van. I saw that they posted something today on Instagram about when he was making pizza. Of course, I'm not featured, but maybe if people are watching the episodes, they'll see me and they'll decide they want me back. Bring me back. Wouldn't that be nice? It's not like I haven't been promoting it every damn day for the last 157 days. 157 days I've been promoting it. The guy in the van with Stephen He, his co-star, who got edited out of the last segment. Damn it. 1987, U2 were on the front cover of the UK pop magazine Smash Hits. The magazine also features with the Pet Shop Boys, Sting, and the Smiths. 1991, Rock Hall electees Johnny Cash, Jimi Hendrix, Sam and Dave, the Yardbirds, and others on this day, November the 4th, 1991. Okay, now we go to the Bad Boys of Rock and Roll section of this this segment this evening at episode 157. Depeche Mode's Martin Gore was arrested at the Denver Westin Hotel after refusing to turn down the music that he was playing in his room. I mean, sir, you need to turn your music down. Fuck off! Sir, you have to turn the music down. Wanka! Fuck off! Okay, how bad does it have to be that you get arrested? Because you're in your hotel room. The door is supposedly locked. Are you opening the door? Because that's how you get busted with weed, apparently, for all of the bands that constantly are getting arrested in hotel rooms for weed, because I don't know why they're opening the door. They're not like, blow the smoke away, flush it down the toilet, do something. They're just like, come in, please. I mean, remember, vampires, you have to invite them in. So exactly like, did they kick the door down and arrest him because he was playing music too loud? Did they key their way in and then be like, that's it, you're going with us, we're under arrest? I'm curious about how some of these things go down. I mean, it's music. It's not like you're in there, creating a meth lab. Anyway, next on the Bad Boys of Rock and Roll Tour, 1998, Liam Gallagher. Liam Gallagher for Oasis is arrested after an alleged drunken brawl in a London pub. Alleged. I, for some reason, think Liam Gallagher in a drunken brawl in a London pub seems more than likely. Truly more than likely. Again, wanka! This one rose out of... apparently, there was a photographer, Mel Bozak, and he was tipped off that Liam was in this pub in London. And apparently he went to take photographs of Liam in this pub in London while this singer was drinking. And he went there to get pictures of him. He was wearing a Russian hat. I didn't understand what the Russian hat meant, but I meant, it's one of those like the big babushka, the big fuzzy ones or whatever. But apparently when he went to get photographs, Liam didn't like that, and it ensued into a drunken brawl. Now, my question is this, okay? That's 1998. How, at this day and age, like now, because you don't really see this much anymore, paparazzi, I mean, how do they have that same kind of career path thing? Because this is like ubiquitous with us now. Like, it's in your hand, it's in your pocket, it's on your person at any given moment. So anybody that's doing anything is pretty much able to be photographed, especially if you're famous. I mean, look what happened to Urban Meyer when he was doing something he shouldn't be. Some random fan was like, click, 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 and then posted the pictures. Everyone wanted to kill this person, but, here's pictures of a high-profile guy, getting a little too frisky in public. So I don't imagine that how the musicians and movie stars of old, just a dozen years ago, can in fact get into brawls over photographs anymore, because everybody has cameras. And it's not just like, well, I was a camera. I mean, literally everyone has a camera. Like, you're carrying a cell phone. I mean, my 93-year-old mom has a cell phone and she snapped photographs. Oh, I saw this thing. I took a picture. Click. I mean, she's 93. She doesn't know how to send the picture when she gets it. She has to tell my sister, and my sister can text it. But she does know how to take the damn picture. She's not that much of a Luddite. So she can't just go click. So yeah, I'm interested in how that's changed the star power of being able to assault, brawl, and otherwise refuse photographs with whoever taking them. Because it isn't the paparazzi, it's the general public. We're all paparazzi at this point. I mean, I think so. Lastly, on the Bad Boys of Rock and Roll, this one's not so great. Mark Smith of the band The Fall is arraigned in a Manhattan criminal court on assault charges. He's accused of punching, kicking, and choking his bandmate and girlfriend, Julia Nagel, in a New York City hotel. Bro, again, like, Is that a sober thing to do? If you look at a picture of this guy, he definitely wasn't in a drunken brawl with Julian Nagel, but wow. I mean, okie doke. Let's tone it down a little bit there. 2002, Elton John and Bernie Taupin received the Music Industry Trust Awards. The hell is that? Again, that just sounds made up shit. We're just making up awards at this point to give you awards. It's basically for one of the greatest partnerships of all time. Sure. 2007, the Eagles, the band The Eagles, went to #1 in the UK with their album Long Road Out of Eden. It is the first full-length album since their 1979 release, The Long Run. The album, The Long Road Out of Eden, becomes the highest-selling album of 2007. Interesting, if you think about that. So if they just released it and it became #1 in November and the highest-selling album, it's a lot of album to sell in a very short period of time. 2007 must have clearly sucked for albums. Oh, does that mean I'm harshing the Eagles? Possibly. 2009, No Doubt sued Activision, who makes Band Hero. They said that the video game transformed them into a virtual karaoke circus act, and that they overplayed, overstepped, and overutilized their contract limitations for what the band allowed Activision to do. 2 weeks before the court date, Activision settled with the band No Doubt. Apparently, they also must have figured out, like, oh, it'll be cheaper to settle than to get sued publicly because we probably did all of those things that we were accused of doing. They did not say for what amount. I'm sure it was a lot. I think they no doubt said they were suing him for $1 million. Yeah, they probably sued him for a lot. All right, so birthdays today. Loretta Swit, Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH. She actually just died this year, May 25th of 2025. So probably she was on the, since I didn't start doing this till June, she died 5 days before I started doing these. So it means she died 163 days ago of this year. Also born on this day, Kathy Griffith, 65 of the D-list. Kathy Griffin. I always liked her. She just feels like she's one of those, she tries really hard and just doesn't seem to get that far. I don't know. I might know somebody that's similar to that at this point. Jeff Probst from Survivor. I have applied for Survivor, just so you know. I made it to... Oh my God, this thing's so annoying. See, it's working overtime because the steam is dropping back down. So I'll remember to turn it off for tomorrow. I just forgot tonight. Don't ask me why. I've applied for Survivor twice. First time I didn't get anywhere, but the second time I actually made it to the second round. The only issue was they said they already had someone, they already had me. I was like, what does that mean? Well, they already had someone that was similar in character to me, I guess, of age and whatever. So I don't know. I'll apply for it again, maybe. Who knows? I did apply for Beast Games. Did not get onto Beast Games. I was like, what up with that, man? That's not cool. I need to find more reality TVs to join on. That's where it needs to go. Or create my own, which I said that's what I wanted to do. I have a great video. I'm going to ask the producer if I can release it. Because I think everyone else signed off for permissions. I don't think anyone can be pissed about it. They may not like it, but tough at this point. But it was a reality TV pilot that we actually shot for the radio station. It was at least a decade ago. It's okay. It's a good pilot. I mean, a great grand scheme of things. It's well produced. The guys that did it are friggin' famous now, for reals. So I don't know. I might be able to release it. If I can, I'll get it and I'll post it up. And maybe it would be the first thing I put on Randsanity, since I'm going to put something up before the end of the year, I promise. Ralph Macchio, my cousin Vinny Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid Ralph Macchio birthday today. Matthew McConaughey crying in his soup after coming to Columbus, Ohio, all hyped up about the Ohio State Texas game. We got to see Matthew McConaughey in the distance as Texas got walloped by Ohio State, and he had to leave with his fringed jacket and his head hung in shame. 56 today, Mr. Matthew McConaughey. Thank you for stopping into Columbus. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Holy shit, it's really working overtime. Chris Dilford of the band Squeeze. Now, that's one of the bands, I saw Squeeze like, I don't know, 90s, okay? And they were great. You know, I mean, they've got some good, Cool for Cats, Up the Junction, love that song. Big fan, big fan. And then just a couple of years ago, they were out on tour, and they were like on a multi-band tour, you know, it was like 4 other bands or something, but they're outside the Radius Clause. I think they were playing in Cincinnati the night before, and then they had a day off. So they split from the tour because there's a thing called Radius Clauses. Bands can't play within a certain distance, within a certain time frame. That's put on them by the promoters because they don't want them to cannibalize tickets. You know, I don't want tickets to be sold in Columbus, Ohio. I want to sell them in Cincinnati. So, but they must have been outside the Radius Clause, and they played a show in Columbus, and they were just as good. I mean, they were decades older, but they sounded so good. It was a really good show. I was really happy that I went and saw them that night. So it's one of those shows you're just like, oh yeah, didn't miss a step. Voice sounded the absolute same. It was really good. So yeah, Squeeze was a wonderful show recently. Oh, and happy birthday to Puff Daddy. Does he get like extra rations for his birthday in jail today? That's what I'm wondering. P. Diddy, what do you get on your birthday in jail? Hopefully it will. Maybe it's a pardon. I don't know. We'll see. Deaths today, I only found 2. One was Fred Smith of MC5. Kick out the jams. Great band. Great song. And Mr. Michael Crichton, the author Michael Crichton. You know, he did like Jurassic Park, the Andromeda Strain, and a bunch of other things. Definitely probably one of my favorite fictional writers of the time. Big fan of Crichton's work. So, yes. So, and again, his birthday was just recently, so I think he falls into that 10%. I didn't look. His 10% birthday rule. You know, remember 10% more likely to die close to your birthday before, during, or after. I think his birthday was close enough. I remember talking about it not too far ago, so we'll see. Anyway, Baby Oil, right? Release the pilot. I'm going to see if I can. Oh, what Flip you made at the Beast Games. So would I. I was trying to get to Beast Games. Trust me. I'm trying. I'm going to try again. I have someone that supposedly has an in with some of these production companies. So I've been trying to get in. So, you know, I mean, come on. I'm not in bad shape for an old man, right? In the grand scheme of things, you know, I'm in damn good shape. I can do pull-ups. I can do at least 5 solid pull-ups. I can do 20 push-ups without even blinking. Just saying. So you do it. Anyway, you bring baby oil, right? Oh, poor P. Diddy. Well, hopefully it's not baby oil in boiling water. That's, you know, that's a prison napalm. Eesh, man. Just saying. Yeah. So, yeah, I will try again for the reality TV stuff. You know, as long as I can still do it, why not? You know, it's hard to break out when you're, you know, not 18 and, you know, stupendously handsome. I was never 18 and never stupendously handsome. So, at least I don't remember 18. I do, kind of, but it was a long time ago. And it was a different life altogether growing up in New York. Tell you what, it was not Columbus, Ohio. Absolutely not. Different life. Anywho, so tomorrow I do not have to go deal with the excruciating time frame of throwing the crap away. But now I do have to deal with the overwhelming amount of stuff that is now loose. My office is covered in garbage. And I don't mean figuratively. I mean, it is absolutely just trashed because there's no more filing cabinets. I had 5 full-size filing cabinets in the office that were not emptied yet. And they were filled with files that, I haven't looked at in, 2 years now, 22 months. So I am going to have to look at each one of those files and decide if I'm going to keep them. There's the likelihood that I will not keep a lot of them, but I'm going to have to go through everything. I have milk crate after milk crate after milk crate filled with junk, like stuff. I keep finding little things that are like one-off radio station things. I found something today that I totally forgot about when I was moving something. It's a black canvas. It's like this big. I mean, I can't even see how big it's on a camera. I mean, it's probably, a good 5-6 feet across. It used to be the awning inside the kitchen when we had the 503 South Front Street kitchen in the middle of the office. There was a custom-made big aluminum overhang. This was the logoed thing. So that's something I'm like, oh, someone will definitely want that. Plus, I have like half a dozen guitars that didn't sell at the auction. And they're all like side A, side B guitars. So I'm going to have to figure out what's the best option to sell these. Do I do like Facebook Marketplace? Do I put them up on eBay? Like I have all these gold records. I don't know. But yeah, I just need to get rid of this stuff because otherwise it's going to go in a dumpster. I don't want to put it in the dumpster. At this point, it's just like I can't keep it. And I think I'm over the whole fact that like, well, that was everything that I worked so hard for 35 years now in somebody else's possession. Marie Kondo, that shit. Does it bring you joy? I would like it to bring somebody else joy because at the moment it's not bringing me joy. So yes, so I'll think about that. Are there still old? Yes, there are. There are actually CD 101 stickers floating around. There are the original CD 101 stickers where it's modern rock. They're the flat, long ones. I found just a couple of those. Those are like the rarest. I found some of the original ovals. They're little skinny, tiny little narrow ovals. And then I have a bunch of the 101 FM ovals. So yeah, I found actually I found the fourth one, the copy, the knockoff of the original 1990 long bumper sticker as well. So yeah, I found a little bit of everything. I found a whole bunch of 92.9 stickers. I pretty much was like throwing them away by the hundreds. Like, don't care. That's the one that makes me mad. And I've had a bunch of 102.5 stickers. But there's definitely a lot of stuff that didn't go. More so than I thought. And again, a lot of stuff. Like some guy came by today. He's like, hey, I'll buy all this equipment. How about $60? I was like, fuck off. I was like, that task scam right there? On eBay, that sells for $500. I mean, I know I'm not going to get that because I'm not going to put it on eBay, but seriously, there's 2 of them, and that Hefner sells for another $500. And I'll give you a $60. I was like, just go. And it turns out, he was like, oh, I'm the technician who worked on this. Because he used to work at one of the tech places here. And I was like, yeah, so you know exactly how much that's worth. There's just, what are you going to do, right? Yes, there are some, yes. There's still seems funny. I caught up for the last few episodes today. I would have asked when I was there picking up the toilet partitions. Oh, yes, that one's still there, by the way. No one stole that last partition from the ladies' room. It's still laying on the ground outside, so if you still want to pick that one up. If not, I'll see what I can do about finding another home for it. But yeah, let me know if you want to keep that partition because it's laying outside. It has not been stolen yet. Along with everything else that has been, that one has not. Just saying. And I will take pictures because it's to the point where it's almost Saturday will probably be maybe the last day or Sunday I'll get the pictures because there'll be no more tables left. The tables will be gone. The booths will be gone. It'll just be big open spaces. And that's when I'll really know what's left. And yeah, so if you guys help me figure out what would be the best way to sell some of this stuff, because there's still gonna be a lot of things that it's too much stuff for me to keep. Like I don't have a storage unit that'll hold all this stuff. And again, what am I gonna do with it? Like really, the guitars are meant to be part of something to share with people. And what am I gonna do? Just throw them into a storage unit? That just seems while I want to, it doesn't suit the purpose of why I did any of what I did for all those years in the first place. The whole reason the big room was part of that, the whole reason that I made the station so public was to share all that stuff, to share with the audience and let them connect with the artists and connect with the music and connect with the things, as opposed to mine, hoard it away. I've got to hide it. That makes no sense to me. I just don't feel that way. So, yeah, figure out what it is. Yes, they do. Take it. Yeah, he'll take it on top of the van. Yes, it should still be there. That thing should still be there. So, yeah, that partition still exists. So it's outside, right where you left it. Just pick it up. Get it the hell out of there. Not stolen yet. At least not as of today. It may be after tonight. I don't know. I can't predict anything anymore. Anyway, all right, I have to start a new video series tonight because I watched the last of season 3 of The Diplomat last night. Now season 4 is going to start filming in the fall, so I probably won't have that out for a year. By then I'll forget all about that series and won't care. So I am going to take that suggestion and try Stumptown. Apparently that has 18 episodes. Depending how long the episodes are, it could last me 9 days or 18 days. Either way, that'll buy me at least a couple weeks of something until it is. It seems like a good description. I appreciate the thought on Stumptown. I may have seen an episode of that. I don't know. It sounded familiar, but I'm going to give it a crack in moments from now. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much, friends. It is a pleasure to do this for you all. Just gives me something to do late at night instead of being out in the bars or watching rock and roll music. Be well. Have a stupendous Wednesday. And I will look for you all tomorrow evening. And we'll do this again, but completely different. Or completely the same. Until then, you know the routine by now. If you've been here before, we just fade to black. Just